Donc, immédiatement, on passe à notre professeur, professeur Domblin, professeur d'école supérieure d'éducation et de formation, Jadida, l'Université Cheikh Anta, qui va présenter l'essentiel de son travail qui s'intéresse au magnétisme des composés tridimensionnels. Donc, vous aurez un interview pour ce.
Ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Good afternoon, sir. I'm Faisal Kumar from Higher School of Education and Training of Jadida, University of Sheikh Anta. I will present to you my presentation entitled Magnetism in Burn Compound. But before, I want to thank all organizers of this conference. Then, this presentation is structured as follows. I will start by presenting the issue of quantum simulations. Then I will talk about the evolution of materials and their applications. Afterwards, I will discuss generally on the magnetism in compound tridimensional and their interactions. And finally, to summarize, the conclusion is to be presented. Every day, about 1 million central processing units hours are spent worldwide on calculating properties of materials with the aim of identifying new materials that meet specific requirements. And among the studies compound in the field, there are, for example, Össler, perovskite, double perovskite, oxide, decalcosine, and also the digital magnetic semiconductors. As I just mentioned, there are a large number of varieties of the materials. For example, 0, 1, 2, 3 dimensional materials. For 0 dimensions, there are, for example, quantum dots, 1 dimensional or 2 dimensional, we can see graphene, phosphorene. For 2 dimensional, 3 dimensional, we can find perovskite, Össler, or the DNS. And each of these materials is calculated by different behaviors, such as, for example, as is in the figure. It's very in the figure, oscillator, semiconductors, half metal, semi-metal, metal, and superconductor. Which can only be applied in certain applications. And among, there are many applications where we can introduce this material. And among them, among the semiconductor devices, we can find transistor, diode, including LED, photodiode, thermistor, photovoltaic. We can also find, as Mr. Confused said this morning, piezoelectric devices, magnetic coiling, hydrogen storage, optoelectronic, and spintronic. The optoelectronic one design materials is hardly accessible experimentally and can be too expensive. This is why the atomistic simulations present an essential stake to predict different properties of matter, flows, masses, system-wide seeking to gain considerable time and cost. However, sometimes this approach can be seriously limited due to the complexity of making an accurate compound model. And sometimes it remains the only way to study system because of the inability to realize it experimentally. I can suggest now, as example, to present to you spintronic devices was that main. So the manipulation of the electron spins led to the emergence of a new field of fundamental cells, which in narrow sense refers to spin electronics or spintronic. It is defined as a spin polarization transport phenomenon of electrons in metal and semiconductors. In fact, the spin manipulations of the electrons and state of their results to process the data provides two wonderful and intrinsic benefits. In the first place, a much faster processing speed than conventional electronics, and the second advantage is a long life magnetic space. The Xeon magnetic resistance, paper published by Albert Fert and is attained in 1988 and is considered to build the certificate of spintronics. And as is shown in figure 11, among these applications there is the hard disk which is the Xeon magnetic resistance, while in the middle there is the MRAM using the tunnel magnetic resistance, and in the right one we have the spin field. The spintronic is a technique that exploits the quantum property of electrons' spin for the purpose of storing information. To understand understanding of magnetic interaction on length square comparable to fundamental essence distances, and of the interplay between structure and magnetism is in the focus of contemporary condensate matter research, aiming for modifications and control of materials properties in the hope of find various applications. Magnetic interactions, for example for DMS, come into the form of two electronic aspects that coexist with each other. The first aspect contains the localized electrons present either in the valence band or in the conduction band, while the other aspect includes electrons of magnetic impurities carrying localized magnetic moments. It turns out that this magnetic essence can be described using several models of interatomic essence, such as direct essence or an indirect one. The direct essence is an interaction that is part of interatomic essence. This is an essence, as its name suggests, which take place directly between the valence layers of magnetic impurities without any intermediary, as is shown schematically in the figure. The direct interactions is to the essence interaction which couple two spin SE and SE of the electrons. This interaction is described by iteration by Hamiltonian, which represents the operator associated with energy having the following form, where the term Z of Fe minus Fz represents the essence integral, or better to say, the coupling between the spin Se and Se, located in the site Fe and Fz. This essence mechanism is declining very quickly because of the long distance between two separate spins, otherwise when this distance increases. We can have also the indirect essence, this interaction which is also part of interatomic essence and which take place without no magnetic element. The essence in question takes place between localized magnetic ions, which are ions of transition metal or rarite elements. There are a large number of essence that are parts of indirect interactions. Among them, we can find the double essence, super essence, and archetypic interactions. The mechanism of the double essence is a type of ferromagnetic interaction which manifests itself by the essence of an electron of the peripheral cell 3D between cushions of the same species, but of which the number of valence electrons is different. In other words, the different oxide states, for example, Mn3+ and Mn4+. So the electrons can move from the valence layer of Mn3+ to Mn4+. Using the non-magnetic atoms, for example, an oxygen ion for as example Zenon, oxide Zoltan, as an intermediary, we can see the figure in the middle of the slide. To remedy the problem of the great distance for example, the interventions of this intermediary playing the role of a bridge which is necessary. It has for objective of ensuring the transport of electrons between these cations, for which direct distance casting is 0. We can also find, as I suggested before, the superessence interactions. The mechanism of superessence is an indirect interactions between the magnetic ions like the double essence, but unlike the latter, it involves cations having the same size. It can be either antiferromagnetic or ferromagnetic, which is also seen, but it is a rarity and it is unstable. It involves non-magnetic atoms as intermediary. In other words, the magnetic moments of transition located on neighboring cationic sites interact with each other via a non-magnetic atom, with a quick valence band which provides the sans carriers. The superessence is the consequence of the fact that the electrons come from the same donor atom and are coupled with the spin of the acceptor ions. Finally, we have the interactions. This interactions is indirect essence, which was introduced to explain ferromagnetic in RLs. It is a quantum interaction of very strong intensity between the localized moment carried by the 4f orbitals carried out by the intermediary of the connection electrons. In this model, the sign of coupling, Z RKKY, depends on the distance between the two magnetic ions, as is displayed in the figure, alternately ferromagnetic and antiferromagnetic. This mechanism has been applied to explain the ferromagnetic and antiferromagnetic coupling between the two thin layers of ferromagnetic metals separated by thin layers of non-magnetic metal. The thickness of the separating of all non-magnetic layers plays an important role, making it possible to obtain a ferromagnetic or antiferromagnetic coupling between the two layers. The physics of materials is very rich field of research, as it has been remarked that the magnetic variable comes from impurities carrying charge, such as transition metals or alloys. In some cases, this is caused by defect or impurities that prove no magnetic behavior, and sometimes the magnetic field. But the problem of an animatic discussion lays in the type of mechanism responsible for magnetism, whether it is direct or indirect, or whether short or long scope. On the other hand, the precautions they solve also remains a major concern in the field of magnetism, knowing that it varies according to each crystalline structure. Thank you for your interest.